Hi students, welcome to the session on Bayes-Savart law. Right? We know that in electrostatics is governed by two important laws. One is Coulomb's law and another one is Gauss law. Coulomb's law and another one is Gauss law. Similarly, magnetostatics is governed by two laws. One is Bayes-Savart law, second one is Ampere-Circuital law. Right? So there is a one-to-one correspondence between Coulomb's law and Bayes-Savart law, and a one-to-one correspondence between Ampere-Circuital law and Gauss law. We will see all the things later. Right? So this is the structure I'm going to take to explain Bayes-Savart law. Right? Here the current is flowing through a conductor. The black line. Conductor is nothing but our wire. So current flows through that. This is small current carrying element, not full. This is a small segment of the total conductor, so it is small current carrying element. This is a field point. Field point is a point where we are going to find the field. Here magnetic field. So it is a field point P. Right? The angle between the conductor and the line connecting the field point is theta. Right? R cap is the unit vector along the going along the line connecting between the conductor and field point. So these things we must know. Now we will see the statement of Bayes-Savart law. So Bayes-Savart law states that the magnitude of the magnetic field produced by a current carrying element ideal is directly proportional to the current going through the element and directly proportional to the length of the current carrying element, and sine of the angle between the line connecting the source and field and current flowing through the conductor, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the source and the field point. This is what Bayes-Savart law states. Okay. So this is proportionality constant. We can replace by dB is equal to K, which is nothing but mu naught by 4 pi. This is our proportionality constant. Right? Ideal sine theta by r square. Okay. Now, magnetic field is a vector quantity. So what about direction of the magnetic field? The Bayes-Savart law states direction of differential magnetic field, it is dB, not B, because this is small. D means small differential. Differential means small amount. So differential B is magnetic field. Why we are taking differential magnetic field? Because it is produced by IDL, not by total length L. So it is differential magnetic field. The direction of differential magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane containing source and field. Source and field point. Okay. So here you see where is the source. This is a source which generates field at this point P. So the resultant magnetic field should be perpendicular to the, this is a plane, let us assume this is a plane containing source and field. So as per the class, the resultant field should be either away from the screen or going inside the screen, that is perpendicular to both this plane. This sandal color is a plane, so it must be perpendicular to the plane. Either it must be coming towards you or going inside the screen. When it will come towards you, when it will go inside the screen, we will see. Okay, this is what direction. So we know that dB is a vector quantity. It's a magnetic field. Magnetic field is a vector. Because field is a force. Force must be a vector. So dB is a vector. How can I write dB in terms of vector? It's simple. Mu naught by 4 pi IDL cross R vector divided by R square. How can I replace dl sin theta with dl cross r? You know dl cross r is, it's a vector product, so it is mod dl mod r. A cross b means the angle between dl and r. A cross B means theta is a angle between A and B. So it is angle between DL and R. Theta is angle between R and DL, that we know. So this is the thing. So R is a unit vector, the magnitude of unit vector is 1. So dl cross r will be equal to dl sine theta. So instead of dl sine theta, we are replacing with dl cross r. Now it becomes a vector form of Biot-Savart law. Okay. So this is very important equation. Fine. So here you see, now we will gather some important aspect that we will see later. So this is what about direction. Now we will see whether the resultant magnetic field will be coming out of the line or screen or going inside the screen. See, as per our diagram, we are having like this, right? So here the current element, ideal, right? Here the field point P. So it is connecting this two. Okay. So this is what theta. So this is r cap, this is dl vector. So if you take dl cross r, that means you are taking a cross product, right? So we know that in cross product, a cross b means the resultant vector will be always perpendicular to a and b, right? Similarly, if you take a cross product between dl and r, the resultant vector, who is the result of dl cross r? B. So the magnetic field will be perpendicular to dl. So this is the plane containing that. Here the resultant vector C is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. Here B should be perpendicular to both dl and r. This is a plane, this is dl, so it will be perpendicular to this one and this one. But whether it is coming away from the screen or going inside the screen, now that is the question, right? Now we take that this is a field point, right? So R is in this direction. Let us assume both are exactly perpendicular. Ideal is in this DL is in this direction. So we are moving from DL cross R means you have to go in this side. DL towards R. DL cross R. You think like that. I am giving you the simplest way. In book they will talk about right hand screw rule. That and all we don't need. We can measure simply. So it is going in the clockwise direction, right? So when you go from clockwise direction, that is, it is A, it is B. If you A cross B means you are going from clockwise. When you rotate, so it is going like this. When you rotate clockwise direction, what will happen? The resultant thing will go inside the screen. For example, you take your water bottle, right? So, and rotate the cap in the clockwise direction. What will happen? It will go inside the water bottle, clockwise. If you rotate anti-clockwise, your water bottle cap, it will come out. That's what universal norm. So if you A cross B means you rotate from A to B. DL cross R means you rotate from DL to R. So it is going clockwise. Clockwise rotation means the resultant vector will go inside. So for going inside you put cross. For coming out you put dot. Why? This is simple. Is simply having a annotation like comparison like this. Whenever we see an arrow, if you see from top view, we will see dot only. So it is like coming out. If you see cross, it is like going, it is inside. So cross is referring going inside, dot is referring coming out. So for our diagram, the resultant vector P, the resultant magnetic field at P will be cross. Here it will go inside. That is very important point. Okay. So next thing we have to bother is, we know dB, magnitude. We take just a magnitude for proving some point. Mu naught by 4 pi ideal sine theta by r square. No. Suppose what we take, this is theta. This is point P, this is theta, this is ideal. This field is located here. Suppose if you bring the field, if you want to find the field on the line of on the conductor. If you bring the field on the conductor and want to find what is the thing, the theta will become 0 because theta is angle between the line connecting this and dl. Now if you bring your field point here, it should connect your center of the element to the line. So it will be parallel. dl and theta will become parallel. That is r vector and dl becomes parallel. So theta will become 0. So dB is 0. So the magnetic field produced in the conductor is 0. It will be around the conductor only, not on the conductor. So no magnetic field is produced on the conductor, right? When current flows through a conductor. Very, very important. When I current flows through a conductor, B will be around the conductor, will be present around the conductor only. Okay. Similarly, what is the other thing we have to bother is, right? Suppose when it is exactly perpendicular means what will happen? dB will be maximum. Because theta is equal to 90 degrees, sine will have maximum at 90 degree only. So when magnetic field is perpendicular, the field point is perpendicular, the magnetic field is maximum. That is another important point we have to know. And the last point is, you see here, for any equation, the right hand side is source, left hand side is a effect. These are all constant, so they won't contribute anything. Sin theta is just a constant number, right? R is a distance, this is also variable, that's not a problem. So it will not produce anything, just a number. So it cannot do anything. But you see, this dB can be produced by differential element. That is very, 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 very important. So the magnetic field is a result of differential current element. Okay. Whereas we know electric field E is due to the charge, because E is equal to kq by r square. So E is due to the charge. Whereas magnetic field B is due to the ideal. Okay. Current element. Why we are not taking a point like what we did for electric field? Why we don't have simple Q? We are taking Y ideal. That's the next question. Because magnetic field is produced by current, moving charge. Static charge produces electric field, moving charge produces electric field. When charge want to move, it has to have some length. Simply in point, like what we have for electric field, charge cannot move, no movement of charge. Only moving charge can create. If you want to move, we need some length. That's a small length. So that's why DL, ideal is a source of magnetic field, current carrying element. Right? So ideal is a small current carrying element. That is a source of magnetic field. Right? I hope you understand everything very clearly. That's all about this session. If you have any doubt, please ask me in comment section. Thank you.